What happens when scrapbooking meets a murder mystery classic? Grab your dice and follow the clues because today we're turning clue into creativity. One roll at a time, the layout builds itself. But who done it? Let's find out. I'm Kathy and we're playing along with the next clue layout inspired by Ginger and her clue hop. So my first roll was a 5. My second, a 4. Now we have a 6. So that's the first three main parts. Now let's find out the what. So we've got the who, the what, the where. Now let's find out what we need on our layout. We need a 2. We have a 5. And we have a 6. So let's pull it all together and check out our sheets. And you can find these on Ginger's Hops or Ginger's Corner on Facebook, which I'll have linked down below. And you can play along as well and win a great prize. So check out all the details and make sure that you're playing along too. So my 5 tells me it's Mrs. Peacock. And the 4 tells me we use the dagger. And the 6 says that it happened in the hall. All right, let's see what I have to do on this layout to make it into a completed piece of art. So we have number 2, which is blue flowers for Ms. Peacock. Blue flowers, cool, like flowers. Number 5 for the dagger, and it is a boy page. With blue flowers. That's interesting. Okay, a boy page, blue flowers. And the last one, we have a 6 for the hall, and that turns out to be, let me just check here. Make sure you check the document thoroughly, because for one of mine, I did not, and I have to go back and do a redo. So this is a stencil, using a stencil. Okay, so you saw my stencil briefly there. Now I have my papers, and what I'm going to do is I'm prepping my base, and that's using some Kaisercraft paper here, and this is their dinosaur range. I went and found some photos. One thing about this hop, I am actually getting through my stash of photos sitting on my desk in front of me. There's about 100 photos there that I've pulled over the time when I thought I was going to do them, and I haven't. So now I'm working my way through those and I'm loving it. So I have got a dinosaur piece of paper, which doesn't match the blue flowers or a stencil yet, but let's see. Now I want, where I've already thought I'm going to put my photos, to slide in behind the dinosaur. So I'm just trimming that down with my knife, and that allows me to slide a photo in and tuck that over the top. Now with my knife, I get it sharpened by my husband using the knife sharpener from the kitchen, and it keeps that butter smooth cut happening when my blade is sharp, and I don't need to keep replacing my blade every 2 seconds. So I'm just placing it down on the 1-inch frame because I want just a little bit of that grey peeking through, and I am going to mat 2 of my photos onto that grey as well. So the stencil part, I'm using this arrow stencil. Now this one I picked up recently in a shop we have here in Australia called the Reject Shop. There was a pack of 6 stencils for $3, and they are nice, thick, good quality, and they're also the patterns that I will use lots of. So couldn't leave that bargain there, so I bought those, and look at that. And I'm just putting in the arrows because I want them to draw to the photos, and also I just like it. It looks like animal tracks anyway, and so that's a bit dinosaurish. Now these photos are of my youngest son, who turns 23 next month. So that means he would have been, I think he's 8 or 10 there, something like that. So that was a while back. He was a little boy then. He's a big boy now. So yeah, that shows you how old some of my photos are in my stash that have been sitting on my desk for a very long time to be scrapped. And so I'm very excited that they're finding their way into albums finally. So he loves dinosaurs, always has, had a big fascination with them as a child, and now anything Jurassic Park, anything Jurassic World, anything to do with dinosaurs, that's his jam. He likes it. So this is perfect for him and perfect for the theme of my boy page. So I'm just putting in the photos with the information about the Triceratops there. And as you can see, I created little clusters, which I'm going to use as cluster points here, that I have got labels and tickets and banners. And I have cut out some Triceratops. And look at that, I have got blue flowers as well. And that's part of the clue that I needed to have as part of the game. So I have blue flowers, I have a stencil, and it is a boy page. So well done me, I've met the criteria. So as you can see, I'm fussing around with the placement of my clusters. They aren't going where I thought they were going to go, which is okay because I've just readjusted accordingly and they still fit in nicely. So they're tucking in over the photo a little bit there. That's okay because it's dead space on the photo. And then I'm tucking it up to the top left-hand corner there. And I'm going to have it running down with the dinosaur down here in this space. And that works beautifully. So as you can see, that has now got my 3 cluster points in place. The dinosaur that I cut around so it's on the photo isn't affected, and I'm just adding in another label there so that that dinosaur is not sticking up in the middle of nowhere. It actually has an anchor point. So how cool does this look? Who would have thought that putting together a boy layout with blue flowers was going to be possible so that it didn't look girly? I know that people find that a struggle, that putting flowers on a boy's layout can be a little bit, you know, like, I don't know, stereotypical for clashing that, but it does work if you strategically place them. So as I said, I'm just cutting up a foam square here to fit into the dinosaur pieces so that he sits nicely on the page and doesn't collapse when it goes in the album. And that's always important as well, because when they do go in the albums, they do get crushed a little bit over time. So I'm popping him into place. Now I've got to add more flowers, so that allows me to build up more of my clusters and build up cluster points to a height. What I will do is I will probably pop these photos up on foam dot the flowers up on foam dots. I can't even speak. You can tell it's early morning and I've only just woken up and I'm doing the voiceover, so I'm really sorry. Popping them in, building up those clusters and bulking them up, and then down the center I'm going to do a trail of flowers that leads from one to the next cluster. And I do like the blue. It just marries perfectly with that green. It's not overpowering and it's just subtle. They were fussy cut from a piece of paper that I have had sitting in my stash for a while. Good, another piece used up, and I like that they sit on this layout so smoothly and meet my criteria. Clues, so much fun. Go and check out Ginger's Corner. All the details down below. You really want to play. I know you want to play. You just have to roll your dice 3 times to get your who, what, where, and then you roll it 3 more times to get the elements that you need to include on your layout. Then you have the chance to win a great giveaway, and she has got a video linked down below in the playlist for you to go and check it all out and see what is possible. So I'm just adding in another little banner here at the top of this photo, and then I'm putting that flower in, and that's allowing that cluster up there to be bulked up. And look at that, it's coming, and I'm just umming and ahhing whether I need any more over to the top left, but I decided not to. I think that's doing its job nicely as it is. So there's my layout coming together quite nicely. I have the stencil with the blue ink in it, of course, and then I have my blue flowers, and it is definitely a boy page. So I am now going to use some faux stitching, and I'm putting that to finish off the edge of my layout. And I just noticed I didn't put that flower down, so I need to actually adhere that into place, and I'll do that after I've done my border. I'm using a blue fine line, which is important, because it gives me a sharp, clear line around my layout, and it allows for that finishing off with my borders. And you know I love a good border that's finished off. Now, sitting at the top of my desk, I found this tiny little green heart. So instead of leaving it there and getting lost in the great wonder, it's going to go on this layout over here into this cluster and fits perfectly with the color scheme. So there you go. Waste not, want not. There you go. Interesting what you find lying around on your desk that you can use. I'm just going to add in that it's Owen and his age at the time. And he always loves dinosaurs. So this is a great boy page. I'm using yellow Nuvo dots just to give it a bit of pop of colour, draw the yellow out from that sign in that top layout, and there you have it. That's how this has come together so easily with 3 rolls of the dice to tell me the who, what, the where, and then 3 rolls to tell me all of the things that I needed to include. And there you can see boy page, blue flowers, stencil. Done, dusted. That's another clue. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope I've done enough to earn a thumbs up. If I have, please hit that your like button. You know, YouTube really does like those. It pushes out my content. It's been a little bit lazy lately. Hopefully that will change soon. See you real soon, everybody. Thanks for watching. Check out the details down below. Don't forget, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next video.